made a mistake that cost my seller a contract. The crazy part, it wasn't because I didn't know better, it was because I knew better and ignored my own rule. After nearly 30 years in real estate, there are a few things that I consider non-negotiable when preparing a home for sale. And one of them is a pre-sale home inspection. I talk about pre-sale home inspections all the time. I have made numerous videos on the subject because I believe they are one of the most important tools that a seller can use to protect a sale. But recently, I broke my own rule. And the result was exactly why the rule exists. Let me tell you what happened. I met an older couple who wanted to sell their home, and they were wonderful people. And like many homeowners, they truly believed that their home was in very good condition. When I explained my process and recommended a pre-sale home inspection, they were adamant that they didn't want one. Not hesitant, not uncertain, adamant. They saw it as an unnecessary expense. They felt that the home had been well maintained and they did not see the value in spending the money. Pushed back. I explained why I recommend inspections. I explained how they help uncover issues before buyers find them. I explained how they reduce surprises and lower the risk of contract termination, but they weren't interested. And here is where I made my mistake. I thought long and hard about whether I should even take the listing because I knew and know that my process works. I knew there was a risk. I knew that every homeowner believes that their home is in great condition, but most of us are not crawling through our crawl spaces, inspecting our attics, or evaluating structural components. I knew all of that, but I also knew that these sellers were under a lot of stress and I wanted to help them. For some reason, I caved. I agreed to do it their way, and I shouldn't have. The inspection would have cost about $600. The house went under contract and everything seemed to be going well. In fact, during the negotiations, I was able to increase the due diligence fee that the seller got from $3,000 to $5,000, which was great for my client. Well, then the buyer conducted their inspection and everything changed. The buyer terminated the contract. Not only did they terminate the contract, but they refused to tell us exactly what they found. The only information that I received was that there was an issue in the crawl space. That was it. No report, no explanation, no details, just a terminated contract. Now, I understand why they were upset. They had just lost $5,000 in due diligence money. No one likes losing money. And sometimes buyers will provide a copy of the report or they'll offer to sell it so that they can recover some of their costs. Well, that didn't happen here. When I asked my sellers if they wanted to purchase the inspection report, they said, quote, "Well, why would I want to pay for a report that's just going to tell me something is wrong with my house?" And my response was immediate and one word: exactly. That is exactly why I wanted the inspection before we listed the home. Because the purpose of a pre-sale inspection is not to prove your home is perfect. No home is perfect. The purpose is to find issues before the buyer does. It gives the seller choices. You can make repairs, you can decide not to make repairs, you can obtain estimates, you can disclose issues properly, and you can explain it. Most importantly, you eliminate surprises. And in real estate, surprises kill deals. Had we done the inspection up front, we would have known about the crawl space issue. Maybe it would have been repaired. Maybe it would have been disclosed. Maybe we would have provided contractor estimates. I don't know exactly what we would have done because we never got the report. But what I do know is this: we would have been in control of the information instead of reacting to it after the fact. That's the real value of a pre-sale inspection: control, preparation, and disclosure. Buyers rarely terminate contracts because a house has problems. Most houses have problems. Buyers terminate contracts because they discover problems they weren't expecting. Unexpected issues create fear. Fear creates doubt, and doubt causes buyers to walk away. This experience reinforced something that I have believed for years: disclosure is one of the most powerful tools a seller has. If there's a problem, disclose it. If you've repaired something, document it. If you've chosen not to repair something, explain it. Buyers are far more comfortable moving forward when they feel they have complete information. And if you want to market your home as well maintained, prove it. Have it inspected. Make the repairs that you choose to make, and then tell buyers exactly what you've done. This creates confidence, and confident buyers write strong offers, and they are much more likely to stay under contract. So what's my takeaway from all of this? Never abandon a proven process. I spent years developing my system for preparing homes for sale. Process exists because it works. Experience reminded me that exceptions often become expensive lessons. I understand why these sellers didn't want to spend $600 on an inspection, but in the end, that decision cost them far more than $600. It cost them a buyer, and it cost them time. And as for me, I've learned my lesson. Going forward, I will not list a home without a pre-sale inspection unless it's new construction or it's been recently purchased and it has a current inspection history. Because the goal isn't to find a perfect house. The goal is to eliminate surprises before they eliminate your buyer. If you're thinking about selling your home and you would like to learn more about the process that I use to prepare homes for the market, I would be more than happy to have that discussion. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like the channel and share the video with someone you know who is thinking about selling. And remember, the best transactions happen when sellers are informed, prepared, and proactive, not when they're surprised.